What's up, guys? Welcome to BenSamulakTV. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for taking time to check out this video. Should I sell my Shiba Inu? No, I'm not going to. But people have been asking me that. The market's crashing. It's actually up about 12% today, which is great. But people are wondering as the crypto market's dropping, should I sell? What should I do? Should I take some off? No, I'm not selling nothing right now. I'm not even thinking about it. And most people who own Shiba Inu are not thinking about selling. Some people are actually adding on right now. I'm not doing that. And because my strategy, and I'm sticking to it, is I have some Shiba Inu enough to where if it goes to zero, I'm not going to lose sleep. So I'm holding. I'm holding for a 2x or a 4x, and then I'm taking half off, and then I'm gonna leave the rest till it gets to a penny. Okay. That's my strategy, and I'm sticking with that. And I don't have all my money in Shiba Inu. I only have a small amount, and that's what people should consider when investing. It's a speculative investment. Shiba Inu is. So in that sense, you don't want to put all your eggs in. If you only have a small amount of money, you should consider doing something different, strategizing. Have a strategy, and I'll tell you what I mean. Now, Shiba Inu, I do believe it's going to keep going up, and I did a couple of videos on shibaswap, which I really like, and I'm happy. I've been talking to people. I've been studying the white paper more. I've been just doing a lot of research and finding out more that it's a good thing for Shiba Inu. If as long, and there's a lot of risks to everything. So everything I'm talking about is all educational purposes. This is not financial advice. But Shiba Swap could have risk. I'm not going to talk about that. The good thing is people are burying their Shiba Inu, which is going to take a lot more off the market, as well as they're getting returns in Shiba Inu. So more Shiba Inu is being continually brought into the market through people who have just buried it, and they're getting paid rewards in Shiba Inu. It's great. So it's going to continue to grow and cause Shiba Inu to go up. So it's a wonderful thing for me, even better than what I thought. I bought Shiba Inu just because I thought it is cheap and yeah, exponentially in the long run, do the math, whatever. I do believe it's going to a penny. I really do. And there's a lot of reasons why. I already talked about it in another video, but it's a great, to me, speculative investment to put some money in, and that way you don't have to worry about it. And I'm not adding on right now either, because I have enough. I have enough to what I want to do, and that's my plan. And I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to add more. I'm not going to get out early. I'm going to wait till it does what I want it to do, and I get my 2x or 4x. And then, so what I'm going to do is actually, after talking to everyone about Shiba Swap and getting all my feedback, I'm burying half of it in Shiba Swap, and the other half I'm going to leave on the sideline. They're both going to grow, but one of them is there to just sell whenever I need to. I mean, it seems like common sense, but it was nice interacting with everybody. Thank you all for your feedback and your comments. It was great. Some of you guys are a little harsh, but hey, that's part of YouTube. You gotta, if you're putting it out there, you gotta be willing to take the criticism. So I understand. Thank you guys, and that has helped me to come to where my part of my plan now is to be able to bury that Shiba till it gets to a penny and just let it just grow and grow and grow. So that's going to be great. But I will have half on the sideline, which the half anyways, I was pretty much, that's my plan, is to sell at 2 or 4x. That's there to sell. Now that's part of my strategy. And the reason why I say, even if you have a small amount of money, you should not put all in Shiba Inu, because then you only have one shot to get rich, and it's speculative. It's like a lottery ticket, but better than that. But still, you really don't want to do that. What you want to do is start to, especially if you're young, start to look at how to build this money you have and let it grow for you. And you have to even think about, what are you making every month, your income, and how can you diversify that, and how can you live below your means, which everyone knows it's obvious, but you got to do it. And I did that, and it really works. Okay, but you got to pay a price. You got to do what other people aren't doing. So I didn't get the big house, like I said in another video. I didn't buy the big cars right off the bat, but I made enough. I saved enough each month. I budgeted so that I can put that money in things that will work for me. Some of it was speculative. Some of it is in like safe stocks that earn dividends, just like Shiba is earning rewards. It's almost like a dividend stock, but there's a lot safer stocks out there than Shiba Inu. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that's why I wouldn't put everything in Shiba Inu. Put enough, and then at the end of the month, if you live below your means and do what you need to do so that you have extra money, extra capital, get some stocks, some, and this is all educational purposes. Like I said, I don't know if I said in this video, it's not for financial advice. It's just for, this is what I'm doing. I put some money in stocks, and blue chip stocks that are safe, that are going to have been around for a while. They're going to be around for a while, and they have dividends. Those dividends you collect, and you make more money. You put it back in. You can also have real estate. Now you think, well, I want to have real estate, but that takes a lot of money to start getting rental properties. It doesn't. You can buy your first home and get out of your parents' house. And if you're paying them rent, why don't you just put it in your own pocket, especially with interest rates low? And people say, well, your house is not an asset because you have to live in it. Not if you think like me, or not if you think like a lot of people who use real estate to help them get ahead. I bought a smaller house. So my plan is it's almost paid off. So once it's paid off, then I can either rent this out and make rental money. So let's say my payment's $1,500. I moved to a house where my payment moves up to $3,000 a month. So I double my house size. And then I can rent this out, and the $1,500 I can apply to my other mortgage. So now my mortgage payment hasn't changed, but I moved up. You see what I'm saying? So once this house is paid off, I have no mortgage payment. I can rent this out, and that full mortgage payment could go towards helping me pay off my other house. Now my other house, let's say it's $3,000. I apply that 15, and now I only my monthly budget never went up, but my house got bigger. You see that? And so I can continue to use that money, and I still own this home, and I'm still getting rent, but and this home's helping me pay that home off, but my budget never went up. So I can continue to save and invest the same amount as I have been. So that's one way. The other way is what I may do myself personally. I don't want to be a landlord. I could sell this house and I'll have the whole full, let's say it's $200,000 in my pocket. Take that $200,000 and then I can invest that. And even if I can find something that's 10%, like I could stake, the USD and get 10%, 12% a year, 10 or 12%. That's, even if it's 10%, that's $20,000 divided by 12. It's about $1,600. That is now I got a mortgage payment that I'm getting. I don't have to like check on like landlords. I don't have to, because remember, part of that money I'm making is going to have to go towards fixing the roof. People who are in your house, they don't care about your house. They could break your stuff. They don't care about your stuff as much as you do. They're going to use your appliances faster. So there's a lot to that. Whereas to me, if I can find an investment that's safe now, crypto.com or some of these, they're not that safe. So I'd have to think about exactly what I would do with that, how to put it in. I probably would keep some cash, but that's just an example. If someone had, a $200,000 house, you could move up to 400. If the monthly is 15, it can move up to 3, just to make the math easy. That's an example of how you can use real estate. Now, let's say you bought a $50,000 property starting off. Your payment's not going to be that much, $300-$400. If you get a 15-year loan with low interest rates, it could only be $300 or $400 a month. And now you're starting to buy property. So now you have some real estate and you're living in it. It makes sense. Eventually you can move out, you own it, and you can have someone else rent it. Or if you guys are young, have a friend live with you and pay you rent and help you pay it off faster. Think about it. Or 3 of you guys going together and say, we're all going to buy a house. If you're good friends, pay it off real fast and then go move to another one and then rent that out and you guys can collect rent. That you got to start thinking, how can I start owning some real estate? And that money can go then into some stocks, into some cryptos, into, whatever investments you think, gold and silver or whatever, cash. You want to have some cash. Okay. That's the fourth thing. And I've listened to different, different investors who are billionaires, millionaires. And that's the thing they say, you want to be diversified, stocks, cash, real estate, gold and silver. Those are the 4 things, because all of them move differently in different ways. You can even own bonds, whatever you want, but it's all related to stocks, as bonds, all that stuff, CDs. It's all those 4 categories. So you want to be diversified. In each month, you want to be able to put a little in each of those if you can. And so as you're growing, all your stuff's moving. So your cryptos might be down, but maybe your stocks are up. Your real estate is making you money. Commodities are low. So commodities, oil, gold, silver, whatever, copper, anything. You want to have commodities in maybe a 25% commodities. So that's being diversified. In the long run, you are going to have a solid growth in your portfolio, rather than just, even if I only had an extra $50 a month, I would still try to diversify if I could in any way I could. So maybe 1 month you buy one thing, 1 month you buy the next, and just keep doing it. And if you're living in a home, you're in real estate. Okay. Like I said, get whatever place you can get that can make you some money, but when you're ready to get someone in it, it's not going to be out and where nobody wants to live there. So you got to kind of think about that. But there's some places out there where you can get a 1-bedroom condo. You can, like I said, get a couple of friends in on it, whatever you have to do. But that's what I would say. That's what to me, someone should think about doing that. That's what I'm doing. And I'm just trying to educate people on what I would do to be able to not be worried about if Shiba Inu is going down or not. So if you're all in one basket, your eggs are all in one basket, and that's your only shot, you're really going to be depressed if that thing starts going down. And you might even end up selling too soon, because all your eggs are in that basket. You can't, if you're feeling like I can't lose all my money, then, you know, same with stocks. You can't put all your money into one stock and just think that that's gonna help you get rich. Because even if that stock eventually does go to where you think it's gonna go, if you can't wait it out, then, you know, you have to be able to have a plan to be able to wait it out and do what you need to do. So you have to think about that. So that's what I would say. That's why I'm not selling my Shiba Inu right now. No way, no how. I'm not buying any, but I know that some people are, because that's part of their plan, and that would be a good idea right now. If you had a little money on the sidelines to, if you want to, it's down, it's cheaper. That's great. But for me, that's just one of my speculative bets, speculative investments in my portfolio. So I have not even inclination or desire, thought, or even worry about selling any Shiba Inu right now. If anything, that half, like I said, I got to get staked right away as soon as possible so that I can start earning those returns. And then let the other half just sit there until I get a 2x or 4x. And then that's when I'm going to do that. And then my other, like I said, my other Shiba Inu, I'm going to leave it staked in shibaswap until I get to 1 penny. And then from there, we're all going to celebrate, right? So other than that, you know, but that's not my only thing I'm counting on. So even with that, as it rises, because think about that too, if it's rising and your money's all in that one basket, you might sell too soon, or you might not sell soon enough because you're putting everything in that, and you're hoping that it's going to get to a certain point. And that's the problem. Hope, we call it hopium. Eventually you get high off that, and you do things that you shouldn't be doing, and you make mistakes. So you get a 10x, a 20x, a 30x, and you have all your money in there, but you're like, I don't want to exit, I don't want to half it or do anything. I'm afraid to sell because I want it to get to a penny. And because you want to get to, say, maybe you start with $500 and you want to get to 1 million, but you're at 10, 20, 30,000, and you're like, I don't want to sell anything, because you're not going to be able to live off that for the rest of your life. But guess what? That's a huge return. That doesn't happen that often. So it would be wise to take some off at that point. But if all your eggs are in that basket and you don't have anything else making you money, you may just hold it, hope that it's going to go to, you know, I think it will. I wish it will. I hope so. And you're hoping it gets to a penny, but maybe that's the peak, and then it drops and you lose. And which in some of the crypto markets has happened. People's got rich, and then, you know, some of these cryptos, and then they lost it. Bitcoin we see is continuing to go up, but even with Bitcoin, it's the same thing right now. You know, we don't know how high it's going to go. We don't know. You know, we want it to keep going. We're all pretty sure the crypto market's here to stay, but in the end, nobody really knows. Just like in the past, there's been bubbles, and some people call the crypto market a bubble. I know most of us would not, but you know, they call it a bubble, and all bubbles pop at a certain point. So in that sense, you gotta look at history. You gotta see what's happened in the past, and with that, you have to have a good plan, and that's why you don't want to be all set in one thing. Okay, so that's what I'm just saying. That's what I would do. I'm not telling anyone to do that. And like I said, hopefully this helped. I'm going to stop there. I'm not selling any of my Shiba Inu right now. Hopefully, and thanks again for all your guys' feedback on my other videos to help me figure out, you know, give me some more thoughts on what I'm going to do with staking on shibaswap. And I'm at this point, it seems like as long as you know what you're doing and you have a good plan on there, you're not wasting tons of money. You're not getting screwed on fees because you don't know what you're doing. Then I think it's a good thing. So that being said, thanks for tuning in, guys. BenSamulakTV. See you next time, and hopefully we all be celebrating sooner than later. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye.